Well, when I present this eggplant to my restaurant, it's a bit harder at the beginning. We try again and again and again, millions of times. Some come up very great, but cannot last longer crunchy. And with the combined with other vegetable, it's a choice of a vegetable is very important. But finally, we got lucky. We got the final touch with the crunchy pastry. But after we invented, and it will bring out, most of the customer will love it because it's a history now. From now on, it's a history for salt and pepper eggplant. It's easy to prepare and it's easy to accept it, and they will get addicted to it because it combined with the crunchy pastry and the onion, spring onion, capsicum. It's a nice combination.
To prepare this tasty salt and pepper dish, you'll need half a red onion and a few spring onions. To add a peppery taste and some heat, you should have a red capsicum and 2 small red chilies. For ease, we've sliced some pre-made pastry, which we will fry later. Of course, you'll need 1 large eggplant. To create the batter, which we shall coat our eggplant with, we will use just 200 grams of flour, a little baking powder, 1 egg and a little water. Your first job when preparing this dish is to prepare your vegetables. Take a large red capsicum, slice it in half, and then remove the seeds. Slice the first half lengthwise and then do the same with the other half. Put your capsicum to one side for later. Next, take a large brown onion, chop it in half and then peel away its outer layers. Finely slice each half of the onion and place in a bowl. For this recipe, we also need to prepare a few spring onions. To do this, place them on a chopping board together and cut into large pieces like so, and put these aside also. We also need to chop some garlic. A great tip is to place the bulb on its side and, with a very sharp knife, slice through its base. The bulb should fall apart, making it much easier to peel each clove. Once peeled, finely dice about 3 cloves of garlic and set aside.
So now we finished prepared all the veggie here. The last thing we need to do is the eggplant. It's very easy. We just need to peel it and then cut it to the large chunks, a bit like large potato chips. After we're done, we can bring it to cook.
To peel your eggplant, slice off the top and then, with a potato peeler, remove all the skin from the vegetable. Cut the eggplant in half and then slice each section into very large chunks, like so. Now we can begin the cooking process, but before we do, we need to prepare a quick batter. To do this, simply mix 1 egg, 150 ml of water, around 200 grams of flour, and a little baking powder. Now whisk well until everything has combined and the batter has reached a consistency similar to this. Fill a wok with oil and heat on a high flame. You can make sure the oil is hot enough by dropping a few drips of batter in first. To cook the eggplant, dip pieces into the batter before placing them into the oil. Allow the vegetable to cook until they turn light golden in color, and this should take around 3 minutes. Then, remove them from the oil and place them somewhere where any excess oil can drain. Now put a generous handful of sliced pastry into the oil and allow this to fry for about 1 minute only. Remove from the wok and place somewhere to drain. Put the oil from the wok into another saucepan, then place the wok back on the heat and throw in a handful of onion, spring onion, red capsicum and chili. Keep stirring the ingredients for about 1 minute, and as soon as they begin to release their aromas, add the cooked eggplant and sliced pastry to the wok. Finally, season well with salt and pepper and toss thoroughly to mix all the ingredients together. Tip everything straight out on a plate and your dish is ready to serve. Salt and pepper eggplant is a modern twist to a traditional Chinese favourite. It is delicious served simply on its own, or as a snack with cool and refreshing beverages, or as part of a complete Chinese banquet. Either way, it will not disappoint those willing to give it a try. Still to come on Cultural Flavours, we explore the wonderful world of Chinese essentials. The essential ingredients in Chinese cuisine can be broken down into a few categories: herbs and spices, sauces and oils, rice and noodles, and vegetables. Meats are used extensively in Chinese cooking, but often only in small amounts. The Chinese cook with an extensive range of vegetables, many that are common in all areas. There are, of course, some vegetables that are the mainstay of Chinese cuisine. We have to mention Chinese cabbage. There are hundreds of types of cabbage used in Asia, but by far the most popular is the Chinese cabbage, known as sui choy in China. You'll find sui choy in stir-fried noodles, dumplings, soups, hot pots, and broths. Ginger is one of the key ingredients in traditional sweet and sour sauce and features in hundreds of Chinese dishes. Garlic has been adopted right across the globe as an essential part of the local cuisine, and China is no exception. Originating in Asia, it is thought the Chinese were one of the first civilizations to cultivate garlic for food and medicine. Chili is often used to add heat to Chinese dishes. Rarely used fresh, whole ground chilies and chili flakes are preferred for their versatility. An extremely hot peppercorn, Szechuan, is generally used sparingly and is one of the 5 spices in Chinese 5-spice powder. Ground nut oil is excellent for wok cooking as it can be heated to a very high temperature, sealing the food before it absorbs oil. Sesame oil is also a favourite as it adds a distinct flavour to the dish. Common right across Asia, soy sauce is also a staple of China and one of the most widely used ingredients. There are several types of soy sauce, with light soy being the most popular, although it is much saltier than the dark soy. For those Chinese lucky enough to live near the coastline, seafood and shellfish is a very important component of their food culture.
Well, the scallop itself is so natural, and all the seafood tastes. And that's why, because of the XO sauce, is quite rich taste. But after steam and let the scallop absorb the sauce, the combination is just perfect. And a dash of soy sauce on top with rice fusilli. Then you have the soft, a little bit crunchy, and this is a natural seafood.
It couldn't be easier to prepare these traditional Chinese scallops. You simply need some rice vermicelli noodles, some fresh spring onions, and a dash of soy sauce. Of course, you'll also need some of the delicious XO sauce that we've just prepared to put the finishing touches to this dish. First, lay your scallops out on a plate. Now take a small handful of rice vermicelli noodles and carefully place it on top of each shellfish. Next, place a generous pinch of XO sauce on top of the vermicelli, as well as some finely sliced red chilies. Your scallops are now ready to steam. We're using a commercial kitchen steamer, but you could use any steamer designed for use at home. Put the plate of scallops into the steamer for about 2 minutes. Then remove the plate and finally top with a few slithers of freshly chopped spring onion and a dash of soy sauce. Chinese scallops with XO sauce, an incredibly healthy dish that is so simple to prepare and yet bound to impress any guest at your next Chinese banquet. China is a huge country with many, many flavours, and we have taken a tiny snapshot of the food from this vast country. The Chinese have developed a cuisine that's varied and healthy and features dishes developed over many generations. There are literally thousands of delicious and distinct cooking ideas that you can explore in your own kitchen. Cultural Flavours continues to explore the world through the diversity of food. From Sudan to Lebanon, Thailand to Nepal, let Cultural Flavours take you on a gastronomic journey so you can experience the tastes of the globe at home.